one unit, to pray, to be united, and also gives us an opportunity to speak about what's going on around the world in our city. I won't take too much time because I was just told about 5 minutes ago by Mr. Matab that I'll be speaking. But my message is unity and peace. What we see throughout the country, whether it be Manchester or London, or what we've seen in the Grenfell Towers just a week and a half ago, what we see with these atrocities, how our communities are breaking, what we see in Finsbury Park where our far-right extremists try to kill Muslims. Unfortunately, this is what we're going to see, and I hope we don't, but there are more hostility towards Muslims. But how do we break some of these barriers? The way we break barriers is when we unite and show the goodness of Islam. Remember, Islam, people have got misconception about Islam, that Islam was spread like a sword. It wasn't. When I went to China about 10 years ago, it was a real example where Chinese, the Muslims, when they went to China, they spread love and peace, and that's how a lot of people, many became Muslims in China. Another example is obviously Bangladesh, in Sylhet, when Shah Jalal Rahmatullah went to Bangladesh. He did not spread hate, he did not conquer Bangladesh with hatred, he conquered Bangladesh with peace. He conquered Bangladesh with the true Islam. So it's our duty as Muslims in Newcastle to spread the same peace. Because if we don't show the reality of what Islam is about, our communities will continue to be divided. So I plead to everyone, today, from today, don't only talk to one another, go to your neighbors, go to people on the street, speak about the goodness of Islam, be good to one another, and that's how we can spread Islam. Jazakallah khair for listening to me. As I said, I did not prepare this speech. I'll hand it off to Foyez Bhai. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Deep Wahad. We've got a special guest here today. Now, can I ask Mr. Nick Pope, the Newcastle City Council leader, to say a few words? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My friends, brothers and sisters in the Muslim community. Firstly, I bring greetings from the City Council on this most special of days for you today. Last year, when we had Eid in the Park, it rained, and I know there were some prayers for better weather, and it appears that they've been answered. I want to say thank you. Thank you to you for the way in which you have opened your doors during the month of Ramadan. We have held many iftar events around the city where you have opened the doors of the mosques and invited the community in. One very special event I went to was in the synagogue, where all of the faiths of the city and all the community leaders of the city came together in a spirit of peace and unity to celebrate iftar. That was a very special occasion because it shows the kind of cross-faith working that we have here in Newcastle. And this is important because there are so many forces trying to divide our communities at the moment. There are many who would seek to sow the seeds of division and of hatred. There are those who either commit acts of terror or who in their responses to acts of terror seek to divide our communities. I stand shoulder to shoulder with you in saying that anybody who commits terror atrocities is not a person of any faith, because terror has no home in faith and terror has no faith. We know that these people are not Muslims. We know that you are not responsible for any of these atrocities in the same way that I, as a white man, am not responsible for the murder of Joe Cox. that we get this message out, and that we build a sense of peace and unity in our city. And peace and unity does not come from us all pretending that we are the same. Peace and unity comes from an understanding of our difference, a celebration of our diversity, and a knowledge that by working together and sharing our diversity and sharing our difference, we are stronger than we are as individuals. And that is, for me, the driving force behind my vision for Newcastle. A city where people can live in peace and harmony with each other, where we celebrate with each other our different faith days and our different community events, but where we have a deep understanding that despite our different faiths and cultures, we are at heart one thing, a human being, and no life is any less precious than anybody else's life. And that sense of common humanity binds us together and will hold us together in the difficult times ahead. So my friends, I apologise if I'm being perhaps slightly political on a day of special celebration for you, but I felt it was important that I, as leader of our council, came along and shared with you my vision, which I know is also your vision, for a city committed to unity and peace, and a city committed to harmony between our different faiths and our different communities. May I wish you all a very, very happy Eid. Eid Mubarak to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nick Forbes. Our last speech, can I ask the Newcastle Bangladeshi Association Chairman, Mr. Maftar Mia, to give his speech, please. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful, peace and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon you all, and Eid Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of Newcastle Bangladeshi Association, I am delighted to welcome you all to our Eid al-Fitr Jama'ah. Over the last 6 years, we have been blessed to be able to hold Eid Jama'ah in a small park, alhamdulillah. It is a pleasure to have you all join us from different communities and from many of the mosques in our city. I would like to take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to the leader of Newcastle City Council, Councillor Nick Forbes, and I'm grateful to him for joining us today to observe our prayers and celebration of Eid al-Fitr. Let us be reminded that Eid al-Fitr and teaching of Islam remind us of unity, tolerance, respect, love, friendship, patience, and act of charity. So on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr, may we pledge ourselves to showing everyone that this is true identity of Islam. And as Muslims, we embrace togetherness and show respect to each other, no matter what their background is. I am deeply saddened by all of the recent terror attacks. I ask us all to remember those that have been affected by the numerous atrocities that we have recently witnessed, and pray for their peace. It has to be reiterated that the evil minority that carry out these acts of terror are not representative of any peaceful religions, definitely not Islam. We only have to look around us today to see that we all stand side by side together with appreciation and respect for each other's religions and culture. Through communication and understanding, we have to display strength an affirmation that all religions and communities have the upper hand, and we can work together in bringing peace and tolerance to our world. There is no room for these horrific incidents in our society. It is as ever important now that we continue to build relations with each other from different faiths and cultures and communities, and show the evil minority that we will not these acts, of course, the terror to divide us. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my sincere sympathy and prayers to all of those who have been affected by the tragic event that occurred in Grenfell Tower in London. Our thoughts and prayers are with them all. I would like to convey a heartfelt gratitude to the Newcastle upon Tyne City Council, the Freemen of Newcastle, and Councillor Deepu Ahad for their ongoing support. Our gratitude also extends to the Northumbria Police for their extra vigilant work. Last but not least, a massive thanks to all of our volunteers who have vigorously helped to make today another successful Eid in the Park. Today is a day when our happiness becomes a form of worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Enjoy this time and make the most of it with your family, friends, and your community and your neighbors. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of us our good deeds and bless this day of Eid. সম্মানিত সুধী উপস্থিতি, আমি আবারও নিউক্যাসল বাংলাদেশি অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের পক্ষ থেকে আপনারা সবাইকে অভিনন্দন এবং প্রাণঢালা ঈদের অনাবিল শুভেচ্ছা জানিয়ে ঈদ যেন বয়ে আনে আপনাদের জন্য এবং আপনাদের পরিবারদের জন্য সুখ, শান্তি ও সমৃদ্ধি। আমিন। আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহি ওয়া বারাকাতুহু। Now I would like to invite Hafiz Maulana Mukhlisur Rahman, the Imam of Newcastle Community Center Jami Masjid, who will lead our Salat.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. সবাই আমরা তাকবীর করি। আল্লাহু আকবার, আল্লাহু আকবার।